guys, welcome to T Heart Books. Today I am talking about 10 books that I am excited about reading, and I'm predicting that these are going to be 5-star reads for me. We went through in April and in May and we bought a lot of books. I bought a lot of books, y'all, and out of those I went through the stack and I'm like, I'm excited about reading all these books, but I went and chose 10 that I think are going to be 5-star reads. So let's get into it. Y'all know I went on a huge, for 2 months straight, I have been buying books. And I just went and bought some more books. But April was a great new release month. May, great new release month. June, great new release month. And so I decided, let me go through these books and see like which ones that I am really excited about, which I'm excited about all of them, but which out of that huge stack, and if you haven't seen the book haul for April and May, I'll put them in the show notes. But which one of these are going to be 5 stars? So let's talk about it. The first book I want to talk about, now these are not in any order, but I really think that these are going to be 5-star reads. Some of these are new authors to me and some are not. Some are like my auto-buy authors, which is one, Brittany Cherry, If You Stayed. This book, when I saw her talking about this book on TikTok, I was like, I gotta get it. I have got to get this book. And I'm going to read a little bit about it. And just to give you a synopsis, but I'm not going to read all of it. But this, I have read several of Brittany Cherry's books, but this one is a standalone. And it's about, let me just read a little bit. Gabriel Sinclair will forever be my first boyfriend, my first kiss, my first love, and my first heartbreak. The accident that nearly took his life ripped the memory of me from his grasp, and for the last few decades, I've let the guilt of that one terrible night keep us apart. So this, I believe he loses his memory, and he doesn't remember her. And then she, of course, they go their separate ways, grow apart. She is now married, but he, and this is not a spoiler, he ends up, I think, like fixing something or being like a new architect for her house. And that's when she sees him again. But again, I don't think he knows who she is. And somewhere in there, they're going to connect and they're going to get back together, I hope. But I am really excited about reading this book because I like Brittany Cherry. About every book that I've read from her has been either a 4-star or a 5-star book. And I love how she tells the story. It's always sweet. There's always something like some kind of dramatic event or something like that. But the love is like a building. She builds up and she builds the story. And I'm thinking this is gonna be 5 stars. I really am. Let's hope this is gonna be 5 stars. No, we're going with all 5-star predictions on this channel, on this video, right? So I'm predicting that If You Stayed is gonna be 5 stars. Let me know if you've read it and what your thoughts are. But I think the story of kind of like, maybe, I don't know if he's gonna get his memory back. I don't know how she's gonna pull this together, but I'm excited about it. If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. Now this book, this is a new author to me, and this is Love Mom by Ilana, or maybe it's Iana Zander. And I'm trying to think, where did I find this book from? It might have been TikTok. I've been getting a lot of good recs from TikTok lately. And it might have been TikTok where I seen this. But this is a mystery. And from my understanding, I think this is about, it might be YA. Let me see if it's YA. I think it's YA. I'm not sure. But I saw the premise and I was like, I want to get it. So I ordered this. And this is one I got off Amazon because I couldn't find it in Barnes & Noble. And so I ordered it off of Amazon. But it says, a best-selling author, a mother, a murderer. Mackenzie Casper is a brilliant student, but she is best known for her mother, a best-selling author whose dark, twisted thrillers have a dedicated worldwide fan base. When her mother dies in an accident, fans across the world are left grieving, and the investigators are asking, was that really an accident? The day of the memorial service, Mackenzie gets the first mysterious envelope signed from #1 fan XOXO. Inside are the pages of her mother's diary that starts with the lines, "Want to know a secret? Love, Mom." Wow. That's what this is, a mystery. I think she's going to try to figure out who did her mom die in an accident or was it a murder? And I'm here for it. I am excited about reading this. I don't know if it's going to be 5 stars. I'm hoping, because like I said, I've never read anything by this author before, but I think the premise is good, and let's just hope that this one's going to be 5 stars. I think the story is going to be great. I like the mystery element of this one, and see how this is going to affect Mackenzie. So it says she starts her own investigation. So let me know if you've read this. Guys, comment below and let me know what your thoughts are if you've read this. Like I said, I think I found this on TikTok. I want to think I did. So, y'all, now this, I know it's going to be 5 stars. I know it is. I am a huge Kennedy Ryan fan. Can't get enough. Come on. I'm going to wait. Can't get enough. The girlies have already talked about this book and have said it's 5 stars. I have literally stopped listening or watching reviews on this book because I don't want the spoiler. I don't want the spoilers. I want to go into it. This is actually, I think I'm going to read this on vacation. We're going on vacation. We're going to lay at the beach, and this is going to be one of my reads on vacation. But this is the 3rd and the final book in the Skyland series by Kennedy Ryan. The other 2 books were 5 stars for me, and I know she's hitting it out the park. Look at that cover. Look at that. Kennedy, if you're... Look at that. Every cover in this series has been so beautiful, and this one is just top notch. This one is Hendrik's story. If you know the series, I won't go too much into this because if you haven't read book 1 and book 2, I don't want to spoil anything. However, they are kind of standalones, but they're interconnected, and Hendrix is in book 1 and book 2. She's the auntie, and they're all best friends, and so, but she's the auntie who is, she doesn't have children, but she's doing her thing, and this is her story, and I am excited about reading this. I know it's gonna be 5 stars. I'm predicting it, and I'm here for it. Okay, so that is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. Get into that cover once again. Okay, now this one is also a new author to me, and it is Ive Wanted, All I've Wanted, All I've Needed. Look at that cover. I bought it for the cover. I did. I don't even really know what this book about, and I'm already predicting it's gonna be 5 stars based on the cover. Based on the cover alone. How did I see? Oh, I found this on Goodreads. It was on Goodreads. One of the girls that I follow, I don't follow a lot of people on Goodreads, but she read this and I saw the cover and I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. And so let me see what it is. It says, a proposal without love, a last minute trip to the islands, and a job opportunity she can't pass up. Harlow Shaw moves halfway across the country, leaving everything she knows behind. She has trouble meeting people until a client literally crashes through the door. They become fast friends, and Harlow has no clue one meeting would create connections she never imagined. She lost herself in her last relationship, slowly disappearing into someone she barely recognized, and she craves so much more than becoming a partner that shrinks while others shine. A thriving business, a burned cup of coffee, and a friendship he never saw coming. I think his name is Asen. We'll say Asen. has it all, or so people think. But he's tired of the bachelor life. He isn't a people person, doesn't really gain much from being out in the social scene. But he meets a woman who brightens his days and his nights. Eventually he realizes he doesn't want to live without her. Oh, it's love. So cute. So I think this is gonna be good. I really do. Look at that cover. Again, I really think this is going to be good. I hope that it is. It's A.E. Valdez. Like I said, I don't think I've read anything by this author before. But let me know if you have. Okay? All right. Now, this book I'm very, very excited about reading. And I'm hoping that this is going to be a 5-star prediction. I'm predicting 5 stars. Okay? This is The Filling Station by Vanessa Miller. Y'all, these covers, they're eating. These covers, right, look at that. So cute. So I read The American Queen by Vanessa Williams, and I thought I wanted to pick this up. I got on this whole train with her. I enjoyed The American Queen. It was so good. And I liked her writing. And so I found this, and I'm like, let me pick this up. I ordered this from Amazon. I believe, yeah, I think I got this from Amazon. Because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in Barnes. And so I did this one too. This one's on Amazon too. But this is The Filling Station. This is historical fiction. And it says 2 sisters, one assuming haven, endless opportunities for grace. Sisters Margaret and Evelyn Justice have grown up in the prosperous Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, also known as Black Wall Street. That's right, I forgot this. In Greenwood, the Justice sisters had it all. Movie theaters, entertainment venues, beauty shops, and clothing stores. High-profile businesses like law offices, medical clinics, and banks. While Evelyn aspires to head off to the East Coast to study fashion design, recent college grad Margaret plans to settle in Greenwood, teaching at the local high school and eventually raising a family. Then the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre upends everything they know and brings them unspeakable loss. That's right. This is about the Black Wall Street and the Tulsa Race Massacre. So I think this is going to be really good. I really do. I do. If this is like American Queen and the way she wrote that story, I really think this is going to be a good one. Okay. Now, this author I have read, I read Black Cake for her, and that's Charmaine Wilkerson. When I saw that she was coming out with another book, I went on it. Y'all, and let me tell you, I've got several hardbacks. And I wouldn't have bought these if I didn't think these was going to be really good. Because hardbacks are expensive. But in the next, I think what I've got left are hardbacks. And they are just so expensive. But I really wanted to read another book by Charmaine Wilkerson. And this one is Good Dirt. Good Dirt. Let's see. What are we talking? Let's see. And y'all, some of these I don't remember, but I was like, when I bought them, I'm like, I wanted to get it. And I put these on my Goodreads list when I saw that they were being released. But this one says, when 10-year-old Abby Freeman heard the gunshots, time stopped. When she saw her brother Baz on the floor, surrounded by shattered pieces of a treasured heirloom, her life felt shattered as well. The crime was never solved. Ever since the Freemans, one of the only black families in a well-to-do enclave in New England, have dreaded becoming the center of another media frenzy. But when now grown Abby's high-profile romance falls apart, that's exactly what happens. Abby flees to France, only for her past to follow. As she processes the shock, she begins to think about the other loss her family suffered that day. The stoneware jar that had been in their family for generations, brought north by an enslaved ancestor. Soon Abby realizes that the handcrafted piece held more than just her family history. It might also be the key to claiming a new future. Wilkerson traces the reverberations of a crime, that the fracturing of a family, and the myriad choices we face when we try to ease the wounds of the past and grapple with the fragments of a fraught inheritance. Good Dirt. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I really think this is gonna be a good book. Like I said, I read Black Cake from her. Really, really enjoyed it. I read that some years ago. I can't remember what I rated it, but I know I did love her writing. So, Good Dirt. Okay, now I'm going out on a limb on this one to predict a 5-star because I did not like the ending to the other book that I read by this author, and that is Ashley Flowers, and she wrote All Good People Here, but The Missing Half. Now, like I said, I did not care for the ending of All Good People Here, but I did like her writing, and so I'm giving her another chance, and I really like the premise of this book, and so we're going for it. I'm excited about reading it. This one says 2 women haunted by their sister's unsolved disappearances band together in this captivating mystery from New York Times bestselling author of All Good People Here. And I didn't realize until I saw her on TikTok that she is the host of Crime Junkie, which is an Apple podcast. But yeah, I didn't realize that. Nick Monroe is in a rut. At 24, she lives alone in a dinky apartment in her hometown of Mishawaka, Indiana. She's just gotten a DWI and she's been working on the same dead-end job since high school. A job she has only because her boss is a family friend and feels sorry for her. Everyone has felt sorry for her for the last 7 years since the day her older sister Casey vanished without a trace. On the night Casey went missing, her car was found over 100 miles from home. The driver's door was open and her purse was untouched in the seat next to it. The only real clue to her disappearance was Jules Connor, another young woman from the same area who disappeared in the same way 2 weeks earlier. But with so little for the police to go on, both cases eventually went cold. Nick wants nothing more than to move on from her sister's disappearance in the state it's left her in. But then one day, Jules' sister Jenna walks into Nick's life and offers her something she hasn't felt in a long time, which is hope. So, The Missing Half. Let me know if you read that. Like I said, I think it's going to be really good. I do. Now, again, new author to me, The Favorites, Elaine Fargo. Now, I picked this was all over BookTube, all over TikTok, all the things. I picked this up because they said it was given Daisy Jones and the Six. And so I was like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. If it's like Daisy Jones and the Six, then I want it. But this is about figure skaters, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, figure skaters, competition. They're going to tell their story. And they said that it is like written into like an interview style. Kind of how like Taylor Jenkins Reid did with Daisy Jones and the Six. And so this is kind of going back into their anniversary. It says as a 10-year anniversary of their final skate approaches, an unauthorized documentary reignites the public fascination with Shaw and Rasha, claiming to uncover their real story through interviews with their closest friends and fierce rivals. Katz wants nothing to do with the documentary, but she can't stand the thought of someone else defining her legacy. So they're telling their story of 2 ice skaters, The Favorites. And I have seen people say that was 5 stars. So we're going for it. We got 2 more. Now, this one, yeah, I'm telling you, these covers. Look at this. Happy Land. Dolan Perkins Valdez. I have her book, Take My Hand. It's somewhere on this shelf. And I love that book. I loved it when I saw that she came out with this. And this is, Happy Land is also about, I read The American Queen, which I talked about with Vanessa Miller. And it is giving another side to American Queen. But I believe, from my understanding, what I know about this one is being told kind of like it's not fantasy, but sorta, because let me just tell you what it says. It says, Nikki hasn't seen her grandmother in years due to a mysterious estrangement inherited from her mother. So when the elders calls out of the blue with an urgent request for Nikki to visit her in the hills of western North Carolina, Nikki hesitates for only a moment. After years of silence in her family, she's determined to learn the truth while she still can. But instead of giving answers about the recent past, Mother Rita tells Nikki an incredible story of a kingdom on this very mountain and of her great-great-great-grandmother, Luella, who will become its queen. It sounds like the making of a fairy tale, royalty among a community of freed people. But the more Nikki learns about the kingdom of the Happy Land and the lives of those who dwelled in the ruins she discovers in the woods, the more she realizes how much of her identity and her family's secrets are wrapped up in these hills. Because this land is their legacy, and it will be up to her to protect it before it, like so much, is stolen away. So it's inspired by true events. Happy Land is a transporting, multi-generational novel about the stories that shape us and dazzling courage it takes to dream. So, Happy Land, the cover, look at that. So cute. So I'm excited about this. I really hope that this one is going to be a 5 stars. I'm predicting this is going to be 5 stars. Her writing is really, really good. Okay. Now, the last one. From the queen herself. Taylor Jenkins Reid. Atmosphere. Y'all, Taylor Jenkins Reid auto buy. She puts it out. I'm going to read it. This one it's a space type. It's dealing with space. I know that. I saw her doing an interview on Good Morning America, I believe. And yeah, it's about space. I think Joanne is something with NASA. First women scientist to join NASA's space shuttle program. Suddenly Joan burns to be one of the few people to go to space. Selected from a pool of thousands of applicants in the summer of 1980. Joan begins training at Houston's Johnson Space Center alongside her exceptional fellow candidates. And I believe from what I saw, something happens up in the, when they go for their launch, but she's like, I think is in control, and something about one of those astronauts she loves. That's what I know. That's all I know. And that's all I need to know. Atmosphere. Taylor Jenkins Reid. Daisy Jones and the Six. Evelyn Hugo. All the Things. Malibu Rising. I loved it. I love her writing. I love her stories. This is going to be a hit for me. I know it. I know it. I think this is going to be a vacation book too. This one, I know Can't Get Enough is going to be a vacation book, and we'll see what else we get involved in. But those are my 10, and it was hard for me to choose 10 out of that stack, but 10 that I'm very, very excited about reading, and I'm predicting 5 stars. I'm predicting 5 stars for these. And let me know. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I've suggested or that I'm excited about reading. And if you've read them, comment below. Let's chat about it in the comments. Hey, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We'd love, love, love to have you a part of the book piles. Trying to reach 500 subscribers this month. Y'all help me. If you can, just subscribe, like the videos, share it with your friend. That's all you gotta do. Alright, guys, until next time, be kind to yourself, be kind to someone else, and read you some good books. Bye, guys.